Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul, and this week I'm featuring the build here of a 65 Corvette Coupe. This one's the 396 version. It's all dolled out, and I really enjoyed building this one, but for 65, there were a number of changes to the Corvette, and it was not just Corvette, really. There was a lot of changes going on in Chevrolet, so really shook things up over there. And the rumors of this car actually scared a few people, but I'll get into that here in a minute as well. So for 65, one of the biggest news for the Corvette was the now available four-wheel disc brakes. That was a new feature. All 64 and older Corvettes had four-wheel drums, even though they had different linings and bigger brakes and things like that, some racing versions of it. So sintered metallic brakes and all that stuff. So higher performance drum brakes, but in 65, the four-wheel disc brake was standard. Not really optional, but it was optional. It was standard. It was built into the price of the Corvette. Now, drum brakes were available. Matter of fact, there's like 330 something 65 Corvettes that got the drum brakes. Wasn't really an option, it was a credit. Now, I couldn't find anything or see what the actual dollar amount is. I could find dollars on some of the options, but I didn't find what the actual credit was when you stepped into the drum brakes. But if you really wanted them, they were available. But with only 300 and something of them getting them that option, very rare, even though there was something like 24,000 65 Corvettes made. Roadster still outsold the Coupe, which that actually didn't change until 1969. Roadsters were always outselling the Coupes in these. So with 15,000 Roadsters and a little over 8,000 Coupes when it comes to the production there. But this one being the 396 engine, that was the big change there. Most notable is the fact that it's 425 horsepower, 396. And that's the first time the Corvette was over 400 horsepower. Before that, the highest engine was, and was still available in 65, was the 375 horsepower fuel-injected 327. That engine was still available in 65, but the 396 pretty much killed it. And the 396 killed a lot of engines, actually. You know, that one and also another one, which I'll get to in a minute. But being the 425 horsepower version L78, which ironically was also available in the 65 Impala. When it became available in the Impala, it killed the 409s. So also with Corvette, it killed the fuel injection. But that's because of price. The fuel injection engine was a little over $500. It's like $530 or something like that for the fuel injection engine, which was more finicky and had a reputation for being difficult to tune, and finding people to service it was kind of finicky, and a number of them were actually pulled off and replaced by carburetors. But the 396 being carbureted, that was no big deal, and it was only like almost $300, like $280 something for the 396 option, so it was cheaper. And you got this hood so it can clear the air cleaner and everything. But it said that there was a hood shortage at the time, so some small blocks actually got this hood as well. Don't have any kind of numbers on that, just rumor that there's a number of them that actually came with that hood on them, even though they were small block cars. So another notable feature in 65 was that was the first year for the side pipes. Those became available in 65. Another really rare option with only something like, what did I say? The number jumps out of my head, but it was a couple of hundred. I don't know why I got these numbers all rattled around in there. Like the 396 engine, there was only 2,100 of those produced, but the fuel injection engine, there was only like 771 of those produced. So last year, the fuel injection, first year for this thing, but it did suffer. The 396, even though it was more powerful, it weighed more. It was 225 pounds heavier on the nose, upsetting the weight balance. The small block car was a much better car for handling and performance. but the horsepower and on the far end of the track was really beneficial. And hearing that this car was coming out surprised a few people, and even it's rumored to have scared Carroll Shelby a little bit. Now, he was racing his Cobras. They were all small blocks. He was just getting his Daytona Coupes going for 64 and 65, but he managed to experience the Grand Sports at some of the races and seeing that ultra lightened car with that 377 small block, all aluminum thing, and it was just a monster. And he was trying to imagine what the Corvette with a big engine would be like. So that supposedly is another reason he knew it was coming. He'd heard about it, and one of the reasons why the 427 was shoved into the Cobra, and that car was completely re-engineered and had the same problem with the weight bias, where the small block cars handled better. That was no different for the Corvettes. So the rumors of that, but that engine being lightened and put into a Grand Sport or something like that was frightening for many, many people. And actually, one was kind of made too. One of the Grand Sport Roadsters later on had gotten a 427 shoved into it. And that's a whole nother story. I'm not going to get into that because that's the one that I want to build. And I have the kits to do it too. But we'll take this outside here, and we'll show it off in the sun, and then we'll come back on inside and we'll talk about the build. Well, here we are out in the Arizona sun with this 65 Corvette 396 big block car. And here you can really see the maroon. Nice and glittery and everything. A 425 horse 396. Which is kind of funny because it's the L78, and it was also available in the 65 Impala. I mentioned how the 396 had pretty much replaced the fuel-injected 327 in the Corvette, killed that by the price. Well, kind of the same thing with the Impala. When it came out in the Impala with the 396, it replaced the 409. But there was two 396s that came out in the 65 Impala. There was the 325 horse, and there was the 425 horse, same as the Corvette. So quite interesting. And another interesting note for 65 is the very famous 65 Chevelle Z16, which also had a high horsepower 396, but it was 375 horse. It was not 425 horse or 325 horse. It was another hot one, but different version. But what was different between the motors, I'm not really sure. But whether they cammed it a little bit. But the Corvette got the top dog and the lightest body, even though it still a little nose heavy with that extra 200 and something pounds in the front end. But God, this thing looks good. And this kit, it's a fun kit to build. This Monogram kit, it's simple, easy, and looks great. It really doesn't look any different size-wise. 124 scale. I believe it's of 124, maybe 125, but I believe it's marked as 124 scale. But it's a fun kit. I really enjoyed it. With the white walls and everything, just looks really, really good. But we'll head on back inside. Now, when it came to actually building this car, this was a lot of fun, and I had a few of them. So I built this one a few years back, and I saved it because of the other video that I recently published of me just totally goofing around and building a model just ridiculously and just having a full-on joke. If you guys seen that video, I had a good time doing that, and then this is the one I pulled out of that. So this is a close-up look of this thing. There's the 396 engine in there. Now this is the Monogram version of it, and not to be confused with the 427 67s that Revell Monogram came out with. It's a different tool. It looks very similar. Many say that that's probably the best one. And while I have a few of them, I haven't actually built one yet. I need to build one. But this one is a 65. It was also the same tooling they converted into the 66 race car, which here's a box art of that. And also the Black Rat, that's the one. I have one of those. Here's a picture of that box art. And I'm going to build that one, but that one comes with a small block hood, but it still has a big block engine in it. And that's the one I built in the 80s and really enjoyed it. And it's just a really simple, really easy kit to build with a lot of nice details. Now this one, kind of wish it had the side pipes, but those side pipes are super rare. It's got the knockoffs though, and that big block hood, which I love. There's my nice fingerprint. No, I smudged it now. Anyway, we'll be cleaning that off later. But it's got the vents on the back, which is like the last year for those. Mirror, and here's the tail lights and everything. Backup lights on the center two, or the inner two, was an option still for 65. And I kind of like them without. I like the 4 red taillights on these, but a lot of them did. It was part of the comfort and convenience group. And so backup lights were an option. I did the white line tires on there, which I painted those on really. And just really enjoyed this. I really didn't do anything to this particular build. I picked a maroon color. May look a little brown than maroon, but we'll see it in the sunlight. But I really like this color, and it's definitely different. Wanted something a little bit different. Even though I've got other 65 that I built. The AMT one, I got a couple more 65s to build as well. As far as AMT, I think I got one more to build. I believe it's a Roadster. The Coupe I did build. But these are fun. I want to build one of each year. The Corvette. This one's got the wood rim steering wheel. Fairly nice, detailed interior. Pretty simple. But you can see it in there. Rearview mirror and all that good stuff. And the coves. Last year for these style of coves. So a lot of subtle changes between each year of the Corvette. And if you really study them, you can see them all. Anyways, you guys, I enjoyed showing this to you and enjoyed building it. And again, a nice, really easy, simple build. But thanks to you guys for sticking with me and listening to all this and enjoying my build here. So thanks for tuning in, sharing, liking, subscribing, and all your comments. I really do appreciate it. You guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.